The tallest apartment tower in the state is on schedule to open next year, and the Fifth Broadway project has much more to offer than just living. News Channel 5's Jesse Knutson gives us an inside look at what we can expect as part of a city on the rise.
That it's a 6.2-acre site and two significantly sized towers. It's really addressing the urban core, and there are no dead spaces. It's a pretty big job.
With a project as big as Fifth and Broadway, sometimes you have to scale it down to get a true feel for the space.
Were you thinking it more for locals, more for tourists, kind of a combination of the two?
It's a good question. It has to be a combination.
Bergen Dossett with Brookfield Properties has been working on the project for years.
The pool deck and amenities deck overlooks Lower Broadway.
And he said with such a high-profile location, they wanted to make sure everyone could enjoy.
Commerce arguably represents the transition back to the office or worker district.
From visitors at stores on the street level to the tenant-only apartment building.
The residents will be literally right in the middle of this.
Let's go to 30.
And with the project just topped out, the best way to get a feel for it was by heading up the elevator a few hundred feet above Lower Broadway. The tallest tower that will feature 386 apartments is 34 stories and 415 feet tall, and a lot of work has gone into it.
A little over 90,000 yards of concrete.
1.7 million work hours.
13 million pounds of rebar.
And they've done it all while working closely with the city to make sure they have a minimal impact on downtown life.
If we need to do something on Fifth Avenue, we've got to take into account what's happening at the Ryman and what's happening on Broadway.
And the payoff to this project is the view.
And then if you look down towards the river, towards Nissan Stadium, that's the historic district, so those views will never be obstructed.
The project also includes a 25-story office tower, the National Museum of African American Music, as well as plenty of shops and restaurants both on Commerce, Fifth, and Broadway, and on the inside of the project.
Part of the inspiration of this were spaces like Printer's Alley and the arcade.
The hope is this will be a space that can serve as a city center for Nashville, mixing work with play. Jesse Knutson, News Channel 5.
The apartment building is expected to open by next summer, with the other buildings opening shortly thereafter.